Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review, and this time it's on the movie Dark Summer. This is going to be my last movie of the day. My last movie. I believe this is my 5th or 6th movie of the day. Yeah, and I watched a lot, and yet this morning I was able to clean my place before I started doing all these movies. Oh yes. Okay, so my review on this movie, Dark Summer. This movie came out back in 2015. And I hate to say, I don't know any of the actors in this movie. I don't know any of them. And I wish I did. I wish I did. Well, it's not a great movie, but it is. Well, let's go over everything first before I give what I feel about this movie, what I like, if I like this or not. Let's go over everything else first. So, I would have to start off with the cast, of course, as usual. And what do I think about the cast? I think the cast was actually good. And at times, very good. I was actually impressed by this. I was impressed with the acting with this. Now I have to give kudos to the director. You did a somewhat good job with them. You could have done a better job. I'm not going to complain though. Yeah. That being said, moving on to another aspect, this is a horror movie. IMDb lists it as a horror thriller. Really, a thriller? Yeah, I could see that, a thriller. I lean more towards horror suspense. Yeah, that's what I would call it, a horror suspense, because to me personally, it is a suspenseful movie. So, like I said before, it is a horror movie. Does it have a scare factor? Not really. Really, not really. Not really. But it does bring suspense to the plate. To me personally, it is suspenseful, and because it starts off slow, like you wouldn't believe, and as the movie went along, it got a bit faster, a bit faster, a bit faster, until like at the climax of the movie, well, everything's going down. Everything's going down. Shit is breaking loose. And sometimes it makes movies awesome if done right. If done right. And I'm surprised with this movie because they did do it right. Yeah. And you know how I like to complain on how most movies nowadays, most movies nowadays, when they try to do that, not just horror movies, but other movies, when they try to do that, they tend to fail. And that's what I was surprised with this movie. It did not, to me personally, it did not fail in that department. It didn't. Yeah. So moving on. The last thing I need to talk about is the story. The plot is actually the main plot that I don't know how to explain this. Because it starts off as a decent plot. I guess that's really more on the lines of the writing aspect of it. So, really, I would have to say it was a decent plot overall, but as a built upon the plot upon that plot throughout the movie, the plot just got better. So I would say it was decent. The plot was decent in the beginning, but became good by the middle of this movie. There you go. And the writing aspect of it, it says very well done. I give kudos to the writer. Mike Nguyen Lee? Something like that. Yeah. I can see it on my screen though. Mike Nguyen Lee. I'm going to pronounce it as Lee. L-E. Yeah. But yeah, I give him kudos for that because I think the right aspect was probably the best part of this movie. Yes. And the plot, like I said, this movie took a twist. It took a twist at the end, and I actually loved the twist. I loved the twist. I thought it was going to go a certain way, and it by the end of this movie, I thought it was going to go a certain. Actually, this is something else I should be talking about. For the most part, this movie is predictable, but then the end of the movie, I thought it was going to go a certain way, and then it didn't. It went an entirely different way. So most of this movie is predictable, but the ending is not predictable. It's not predictable. And so, again, I give them kudos for that. Oh, yes. So, overall, what do I think about this movie? Is it great? Is it good? Is it bad? IMDb, with all the users combined, gives this movie a 4.2 out of 10. Really? Really, people? To me personally, I do think it deserves a higher rating. It's not the best, and I wouldn't say it's a great movie, but I would have to say it's a good movie overall with very good moments in it. Very good moments in it. I would have to give this movie, yeah. Yeah, I think that's where it's going to be. I give this movie none other than a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. That's my rating. I had to think about it, everyone. I had to think about it. You know how I like to do things on the spot? Well, this is me doing things on the spot. 6 out of 10. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And if you love this movie or didn't love this movie, you can let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I always love your comments, whether you love the movie or hated it. You can like this video, like this review, and you can subscribe to my channel if you love my content. So thank you all for taking time to watch, and join me next time for another movie review I intend to do soon. I am out.